What's up guys, Diego here with the Fi Investors YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking all about investing in syndications and what to do so that you can invest wisely. These are things that I'm going to be sharing, questions that you should ask a sponsor of a syndication, of a deal, so that you can make sure you're investing wisely. These are things that I have learned through my experience. Here are the things that I would do going into 2025 as a limited partner. So in a syndication, really quick, before we go through all that stuff, it's really important to know that a syndication, it is an investment. Let's say for the case of this example, is going to be a real estate investment that you're going to have a general partner, which are the people that are actively doing the work on this property. And then you have the limited partners. The limited partners are going to be those investors, people that may not have much say on the deal per se. It's more capital. So this is very important. A sponsor is going to be the person that is raising the capital for that particular deal. And today I want to share the different things, different questions that I feel are very important that one should do as a limited partner. Currently, or in the past, I've done 4 syndications, and they've been a 22 unit that actually went through the investments and we sold that unit, so I recover back my money, the investment and everything. I've invested in a 158 unit. That was in Oklahoma. I've done another one that is currently in Atlanta. And then we did one in Augusta, Georgia. So did one in North Carolina, Augusta, and a few things. So one of the key things that I highly recommend that you do as you are the limited partner, being that you're going to be investing maybe $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, or even more, right? You can put 200, 300,000, whatever. Here are the questions that I recommend that you ask the sponsor. Of course, first of all, you need to understand the numbers, understand what is basically the money that you will be bringing in every single month, if they're paying monthly or if they're paying quarterly. But what's going to be that interest rate that they're going to be giving you back based on your money. All of those things are important, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to just go over the questions that you should ask a sponsor. This is after you've analyzed the numbers, after you've realized that it fit your buy box and all this stuff. It is very important that you ask these questions to the sponsor. So number 1, you ask the sponsor who is in charge, who is part of the GP, the general partners. You ask them, where do you see the risk in this deal? Where do you see the risk in this deal? Very important. They're going to be able to share with you maybe the risk for them in this particular deal might be the market, might be the interest rate, might be the location, or the state in which the property is in. Not the state as in part of the country, but the state as in the condition of the home. Number 2, you should ask, who is the lead investor? Who is the lead investor? This way, if they're able to share that information, that will bring also some credibility on the deal. Let's say, talking in from another perspective, right? Let's say that they say, hey, well, let's say it's a startup, right? And you have Mark Cuban as an investor. Well, if Mark Cuban he's a very smart investor and he's analyzed the deal, whatever, and that's the lead investor, that's a good sign. Right? So talking real estate is very important to know who the lead investor is, because you know that if they're investing into this deal, you can piggyback a little bit and don't put all your trust in that. But it's important to note that who will be the people how they're underwriting this deal as they are the lead investor. That's important. Number 3, you ask the sponsor, like, can I pull a background check on you? Can I pull a background check on you, or even on the general partner team? And you ask them, what will you find? This is very important because you want to make sure that if they say yes, you can do a background check on me, you want to make sure that you find out if they themselves will tell you things that maybe have happened in the past. That's when you ask them, have you ever gotten sued, right? And what happened once you got sued? Those are key things that you want to make sure that they are as transparent as possible. So asking them, can I pull a background check on you, is very important. The other one can be, what keeps you up at night on this deal, or what will keep you up at night on this deal? Asking those questions, if they're very transparent, they'll be like, well, the one thing that will keep me up at night is maybe they have to go through something for the, like, let's say that they have to do a lot of repairs due to a fire damage that happened. And it might be like that as this is going on, they're still trying to get information from the insurance company and so forth. And they want to make sure that they have the right capital for it. So key things is what will keep you up at night on this deal is very important, because when you ask them those, they might disclose things that maybe you didn't think about, right? It might be, hey, one thing that might keep me up at night is that right now 4 properties flooded, and even though we are getting the property at a good deal, we want to make sure that the timing of the renovations and so forth is going to be okay. So you just want to ask that question, because it can bring up topics of more conversations that maybe you didn't know. And that is the power of asking them what will keep you up at night on this deal. The other one that I would ask, that I will be asking in the future as well, and that I do ask is, are you putting any cash into this deal as an investor? You want to ask them, are you putting any cash? Or you can ask them, what sources are you using to fund this deal if you're putting any of your money? This is very important, because some people, some GPs will say, yes, I'm putting money into the deal, but it's actually the fees that they're charging, which is totally fine, because they're also doing the work actively. So they charge fees for that and they keep that into the deal. But you want to make sure that you ask them, are you putting any money out of your pocket, any money from your cash into the deal? That is really, really important, because you want to make sure that you find out if they trust enough in the deal that they're putting money out of their own pocket. Maybe they're coming in as limited partners, or they're just coming in as GPs and leaving their cash, leaving the fees that they're making into the deal, but they're not taking any risk with their own cash. I would recommend that you invest into deals where the GPs, maybe not all of them, but some GPs or most GPs are also investing their cash into the deal, because they see so much upside potential. That this is key, because some will tell you, yes, I'm putting money into the deal, but they're just leaving that cash on there, not putting money out of their pocket. I believe that this is a really key thing, because then if they say, no, I'm not actually putting any cash out of my pocket, you ask them, why not? And maybe they might say, legitimately, hey, right now my money is tied up in other deals, which is totally fine. But you want to make sure, if they think that this is a really good deal, why are they not putting money out of their pocket? So again, this is key. This is a very key question, just so that you can find out more about the sponsor and everything on the deal. The last question that I would ask is, have you ever lost capital in a previous syndication that you've been involved in? Have you ever lost capital? And if you did, what did you do? This is something that's very, very important, because it will tell you the integrity of that sponsor. Because some deals are good, other deals are bad, but you want to find out, or other deals not so good, but you want to find out what they did to make it right for their investors. Maybe they had to sell the property at a loss, and maybe they say, hey, yes, I've lost money. I did do a deal that didn't go the way I wanted, but I paid back the investors all of their capital. Maybe they didn't make as much in interest, but at least they paid all of their capital and they didn't lose that. Basically, you want to make sure that you're working with a sponsor or a GP that they put the investors first. Because if not, if they say, well, yes, I lost everything and I didn't do anything to pay back my investors, I declared bankruptcy and blah, 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 and the deal went south, and well, it wasn't my fault, and then they blame other people. You don't want to work with somebody that's like that. You want to work with somebody that maybe if they lost money in the past, that they did everything possible to make it right for their investors. So those are the key things that are really important, so that you're building the trust. After analyzing the numbers, great. They give you the pro forma, you analyze everything, you analyze the market, the team, all that stuff. But you want to make sure that you ask the sponsors these questions, so that you can make sure that the deal is going to be good as a whole, not just the numbers. Because the whole deal is like the numbers is just one aspect of the project of the deal. You want to make sure that the whole project as a whole is a good investment, and that the sponsoring team, the GPs, also are credible. So I believe that once you ask those questions, you would be in good shape to invest with them if you like the way that they answer those questions. If you have any questions about this or questions that you think will be important to ask, let me know in the comments below so that we can add them to this list. Because again, this is a list that's compiling. This is a list that is really important, that I feel will give you the insights, will give you the right information as you are investing in syndications in the future. If you have any questions, as I said, send me an email, and also go to the website defyinvestors.com to find out more information on more syndications. We have several that are coming up from the community. So if you have questions on that, please let us know. And remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you have questions on syndications, please reach out on Instagram as well. We are here to answer all of your questions to make sure that you are investing wisely into 2025. Take care.